That's too low. They're still too high. Hi guys, I'm still trying to get my camera angle right. I think I got it too high. Hey 351, how you doing? I got to do a little bit of adjustment. My camera is just that's too high for y'all, and I don't want y'all to see my mess on my table. But I'm gonna wiggle you around a little bit until I find a sweet spot here. Anyways, well, we had 3, now we got 2. How you guys doing this morning? I'm still trying to fumble with things. I'm late this morning. I was supposed to be up at 8:05, but guess what? I haven't been on for like a month, and it's because of these. I broke my glasses a while back. Oh, what was that? Something popped up with signal wise. But anyway, I can you hear me okay? But well, I just thought, I'd get back into my routine and try to get. Hey, Chad Thomas, how you doing? Oh, Thomason. Sorry, bud. Even though I got new glasses, the screen's still far enough away. I got to adjust to see it right. I word associated. All right. Well, I kind of give you a, little heads up what been going on with me. I ain't been on for a minute, and get that cursor out of the way. I haven't been on for a minute. I broke my glasses. I got head butted by a Doberman. My Rosie's getting so big, she wants to love on you and get up and lick your ear and your neck. And she busted my glasses, broke the nose piece off, and then the next time she busted the frame. So it happened like with 2 days apart, and then it was, I couldn't keep my glasses on my face. Everything was crooked. I couldn't see. I couldn't read. It was awful. I tell you what, not being able to read or anything like that for like 3 weeks, it was nuts. But now I got me some new eyeglasses. The bad thing is these things cost so much now. But I can see again, I can read again to a point. I guess just the older you get, the harder it is to read anyways, right? But hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, got fat and stuffed, and y'all couldn't eat no more for dinner. I did. I went to bed and I fell asleep quick. Let me tell you. Let's see if I can. I'll throw the link up if anybody wants to come up, if I can remember how to do it. Let's try that again. Why are you not doing it? Come on. No, I'll do it this way. What was that? Control something. Control M. Oh, I can't remember what it was now. Does anybody remember when you go to put up the chat? You got to do that. Copy. Oh, Control V. That's what it was. Well, I think I entered it twice. I hit the button twice. All right, bear with me, people. I'm not very good at this. But okay, posted the link. I hope it went through. Yep, looked like it popped up. Morning, Mark. How you doing? Sorry, gotta go fix my drawers. Well, while I was gone in my eventful last month, we went out to Colorado. My son got married last month, my youngest boy. Hi, Emily. How are you this morning? Yeah, we went out to Colorado. We went to visit some friends and stayed with them, and then we went up to the mountains to watch my son get married. He decided he was going to get married on Black Bear Pass. That's 12,840 feet up. We thought we were going to go up to this little section where they got to turn around and then you can go back down the easy part for like people with SUVs and stuff that's still stock height. We get to the top of this thing and he goes, "Oh, by the way, Dad, now that you've seen us get married, let's just go over to Telluride and check it out." So I was like, "How hard is it?" He's like, "Oh, it's not that hard. Your Colorado's lifted. It'll do just fine. It'll be great." And I said, "Okay." Well, he was a liar. That is like that trail, Black Bear Pass, was like awful. The switchbacks coming down into Telluride, from Silverton to Telluride is this path. Look it up on the map. It is nuts. There was one time where we had to do a 7-point turnaround on the switchback with one tire hanging 800 foot off the edge of the cliff, up, I mean, it was just off the cliff, but 800 foot down. I ain't never been more scared in my life. And if I still make a fist, now it's been over a month and a week, I still make a fist and my knuckles still hurt because I was white knuckling that steering wheel for like 3 hours. It was crazy. I was rearing. We get into Telluride and he's like, "Oh, guess what, Dad? We got to get back to Silverton, so we're going to take Ophir Pass back over." That was just not as bad because it wasn't so steep, but you were on a 45-degree angle of slip chat, and oh my, that was no. That boy, I tell you what, I will never forget my son's wedding day, and the wedding was 10 minutes long. It was lovely. It was a great little, private ceremony. There was 8 of us, and it was or 9, 8 of us, and it was wonderful. But I will never ever go climb a mountain like that again. I'm done 4-wheel driving, even though my truck handled it. I got a few scratches on it, but no. So, but anyways, yeah, pucker factor like you wouldn't believe. I'll tell you what, my blood pressure was up, my heart was up. Naomi was in the back seat, sitting between 2 of the friends, and she was like literally holding the glove box that's between the 2 driver's seat and the passenger seat. She was holding that for dear life, just so she didn't fall forward, because some of the times you're like 45 plus degree angle coming down that thing, full tires locked up and going sliding down. No, I was, yeah. But other than that, it was great. when I got off of it and we were safe, and oh, I was like, thank you, Lord. So, but then broke my glasses, so I didn't do nothing for a while. I finally went fishing last couple days. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Yeah, I went fishing the last couple days. Let's see, Monday. Yeah, Monday we went out to Cheney Reservoir here in South Central Kansas and got skunked, and we were there a few hours. Then we went over to my lease. We were there for a little while, and Mikey caught channel rat, and that's the one that I posted on my short. I think, did I do a short of that? No, I think I just did I did a short. Yeah, that was the one I just posted. I got to get back into this routine. I'm going nuts. I'm lost, guys. Yeah. Now, see, I live in Kansas. You want to talk about mud? Big Mike, I tell you what. Who was it that said that? I'll take mud. Yeah, it was Big Mike. I I grew up in Kansas. We love mud. My little Colorado with my big 10.5 by 32-inch tires, I know that's not big, but that's big for Colorado. That thing will walk right through the mud, no problem. But them rocks where you looking down and thinking, oh, if I go, yeah, I was scared. Well, let's tie some here. First off, let's go back and say hi to everybody that came in. I'll go up here and check out. Okay, well, we got 351 Cleveland, Chad Thomason, Fishing with Big Mike, Mark from Catfish and Crappie. Of course, me with my link. Emily, how you doing? Downtown, Ernie Brown. Say hi to Chrissy for us. That looks about like everybody that has commented. Oh, hi, Miss Becca. Yeah, I said mud. I was telling the story about going up to Colorado when my son got married last month and going over Black Bear Pass and then back over Ophir Pass. Trust me, I got the badges on my truck now. I think I earned them. I was never more scared in my life. And if y'all look up, I got some video and some pictures and stuff. I should just put all that together and make a little video of me whining and crying how scared I was. I was adamant. I was like, no, I did not like it. I was telling my friend I was a wuss. So he went with us. There was some bleeping in there that's going to have to be made because I said a few foul words on my way down. I wasn't very happy. You know what? I don't want to do hackle. Maribel want to do hackle. Well, I am so glad. Oh, there's Danny. How you doing, Danny Stone? Now that I got glasses back, I need to get up there and get caught up on everybody's back videos. But right now, I don't know how much time I got to get caught up on everybody's stuff. I'm working on this log splitter, trying to get this log splitter going. It's we've been cutting wood lately for a little bit. The Bullock Experience, how you doing? Now, I remember some of y'all's first names, but I'm so bad with names. I'll just say your YouTube name just so we keep it straight. But it's just been a week, a month. Just how things go. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen me tie jigs before or not. I know it's kind of hard. I need to do it in picture live there and try to figure out how to do that so you guys can see better. But what I do is I just put my hackle on one piece at a time. You see, there's a piece of hackle, and I locked in one already and I trimmed it. But when I lock it in, I just spin a few 3 turns on there, and then I cut that vein, and this ensures that I get all of them the same length. This is just the easy way for me to do it. Y'all can stack them, pile them, do what you want. It don't matter. You tie the jigs the way you want to tie the jigs. But yeah, I got the other day I was on watching the fishing tournament, and I offered up a shirt on there, and I don't remember who won that shirt, but they never contacted me. So, and it was I believe it was on whose show was that on? Muskrat show, I think. I can't remember now. See, I've got old man syndrome. But we got plans to go out this week. I don't know if we're gonna catch nothing. You know, you guys know how it is. When it gets cold, if you don't have a boat or a way to get out there, you know, where the fish have gone, and you're just fishing from bank, it's kind of rough sometimes. I've been, I'm a bank fisherman. That's just from lack of not having money to buy a good boat. But you know, wheelchair life, you're always poor. Now, also, I got some just some tinsel here. Christmas time's coming up, and you know, if you're a beginner jig tire, one of the good things you can do is with Christmas they got all these new fancy colored tinsels out now, and right after Christmas they'll mark that stuff down to get rid of it. Sometimes you can go buy you some of that tinsel, and then you can use that tinsel and get a pretty cheap flash for your jigs. But today I'm going to use some old style sparkly chenille. It's kind of a black green, black emerald. Sorry guys, I was just reading the chat. You know, I I see a lot of you guys go out here and you do your lives, and you're fishing on the water. Okay, I'm back. For some reason, StreamYard kicked me out. I'm back. Am I back? I think my internet jumped in and out because it said, boom, you lost internet. Plug in. Hopefully my internet don't get sketchy today. But yeah, I just wanted to get back on here and do my Friday morning coffee and jigs and see see everybody. Say hi to everybody. Hope everybody had a blessed Thanksgiving. Got fat and sassy. I know I'm still stuffed. I didn't even want to eat nothing for breakfast, so I didn't. But here you go. Focus. Focus. You don't want to see my dirty paws. It's kind of dirty around the last. We've had a couple foggy days, and when we get foggy days, when I look at my hands like this, they don't look that bad. But when you put them up there, you see all that. That's wheelchair paws. That's what happens when you grab your wheels. Bad thing is after you get done going through like Walmart or something, oh my goodness, my hands turn black. I have to, before I leave, I go to the bathroom and wash my hands. Of course, in Walmart, you never know what you're going to pick up off the floor. Oh, Miss Becca. I'm not gonna repeat that. I'm not that brave. All of y'all are wonderful. Yeah, I've been fat and sassy for a long time. I'll go here's what my deal is I'll go one year I'll be 210 pounds and the next year I'll be 240. Then the next year I'll get back down to 210 pounds. Then I'll go back up to 240. Right now I'm at 240. I think it's just because this last year Naomi's been home since she broke her back and had her surgery with her rollover car wreck. That and we've been cooking, instead of just grabbing something for lunch and running, we've been actually making meals and stuff. So it just all adds up. Hey Jay, how you doing? I ain't seen you around in a while. I watched a couple of your videos before my glasses got broke. I need to get back on there and catch up with some of yours. If you guys haven't seen Jay is outdoorsy, um, he's down here in chat. I don't know how to put up a link or nothing, but he ties bucktails. He does really good tying bucktails. He ties some really nice ones. But hope everybody, like I said, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully, hopefully everybody's family didn't drive them nuts. Mine didn't. Mine didn't because I went to the in-laws and I love my in-law. My father-in-law has passed on, but my mother-in-law, she is such a sweet lady, and so I'm one of the lucky guys that got a really lovely mother-in-law. We we go out there and she made turkey, and then of course Naomi and I made pies. We made a pecan pie. We made a apple pie, a pumpkin pie. The pumpkin that one of the pumpkins that she made, she actually made two. One of the pumpkins she had the pecan crust. So yeah, your daughter got married in October, Jay. I was just telling the story about my son got married October, also 14th or 15th. I think it might have been the 15th. Whatever day was Saturday that week or Friday. I can't even remember now if he got married on Friday or Saturday. Anyways, my son got married at the same time up on Black Bear Pass, and then he made us go climb Black Bear Pass to go watch him get married, and that was scary coming down into Silver or into Telluride on the switchbacks by Bridal Falls. If anybody, like I said, if you ain't seen it, go check out the switchbacks by Bridal Falls on Black Bear Pass, and you'll be like, "You took your Colorado on that?" Yep, and it's only got a 3-inch lift in the front, so 2.5, 3 inch is on the. It's a leveling kit. It's what it is. And I took it up there. I got scratches all over my bumper, my skid plates. It was fun after the fact. It's one of those kind of deals, like a roller coaster. You're scared, you know, on it, and when you get off, you're like, "That was fun." As your heart's beating and your sweat's rolling down your brow and you're dying. But now I got. I want to get back out and get some fishing done now. Like I said, it's kind of cold, so and our catfish down around here just kind of they get pretty finicky when it gets cold. I think our water is in the upper 40s, so might be mid 40s by now. I think somebody the other day said that Cheney was like 46 or something. And that's for catfish. Everybody knows that's kind of cold. Any fin is possible. I seen you pop in here. I seen you, Ashley. I'm sorry I didn't say hi. I gotta get back to treatment. You have a happy Friday too, Ashley. Yeah, I got I got issues with StreamYard. I could not get on at all this morning, and I had to, for some reason, it just wouldn't let me do nothing. So I ended up having to use my other email and start over. It wouldn't let me like upgrade. It wouldn't let me do nothing. It just said, "Nope, we don't like you. Get out of here." I don't know what happened. Or maybe it's because I wasn't on for so long, it forgot who I was. Well, you go back to bed and you get you a deer tonight. I hope you go deer hunting. I hope you feel better. Hopefully you're just tired. We'll see you, Ernie. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. But yeah, we had a good time going trout fishing the other day. Me and my buddies, of course, Mikey and Gregory, my son Gregory. We all went over there, and then my buddy Jason, the big guy, he showed up, and we caught some trout. I caught like 5 trout and caught 4 or 5 bluegill. It was a fun time. Then uh, day before yesterday, Wednesday, we went out to our family pond and caught like 35 bluegill. So that was a blast. And I built me a little dock. And what we did is we had a bunch of what what flies was I using? Let me I'll get my fly bag real quick here and I'll show you. When I was fishing for the trout, I just little used a couple wet flies a few times and they just didn't seem to be hitting the wet flies. So what I switched over to, let's see if I find the right one in the right box here. Okay, just put that down there. All right, what I switched over to and ended up started catching the trout on. Hey, J Dog, how you doing, bud? Of course, like always, tell Mason hi. All right, now I hope y'all can see these. All right, I'm gonna hook it on the tip of my finger. All right, let's see if we can. I'm gonna see if I can get it to focus in. Come on, Cameron, do something. I'm trying to get it to focus on that fly, and it won't do it. May not get it up there, bud. May not get it. I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, it is just a little size 14. It's olive. It's got take olive thread down and back up. Just a little bit of uh, uh, dub right behind a brass bead. That was it. It's that simple. And I know they're kind of hard to see. This camera is not very good quality for that. Is that a booger on my finger? Yeah. It's about the same color as a booger. Yeah, a midge, a chronomid. I mean, I don't know what you call this silly things. There's so many names for flies out there. I'd have to go to school just to learn them all. But right now, what I got going is just some here. Come on, do your thing. There you go. Just Sartreuse head and tail, little flash on the tail, a couple of pieces of tinsel, and then chenille is a flashy, sparkly chenille. I'm going to have to invest in a better camera. Supposed to save the booger for later. You can see that one. Yeah, I gotta figure out. Um, I need some help's what I need. I gotta figure out. I know that you could do a picture in picture, and maybe I need to just like get on with my phone and have two screens or something and pop up where I can show you or something. I just gotta learn all this stuff. Sorry guys, I'm just reading chat there. Miss Becca, J Dog. But yeah, and also like when I tie jigs, I the thread I use, you know, like today I got a blue on because I was tying some blue white wet flies the other day. So and it blends in there just fine. And usually I pull it tight enough you can't see it anyways. But red, if you're just gonna do a few flies or jigs, on the jigs, red is a good color because if you tie off a color on a red, it just looks like gills, so they don't really care. And some fish can't see the colors anyways. You knew she. I don't know if Miss. I mean, I think Miss Becca likes everybody, don't she? But yeah, I got some plans this next week. I'm gonna try to get out and do some catfishing. I the whole stream, like I was saying earlier, StreamYard's been messing me up. I don't know what I need to do to. Yeah, I've been using a blackboard or something as a background. Yeah, I think it'd be better if I just like got onto my phone and jumped in as a guest or something, or jump in there. I don't know how to do this stuff. I got to figure out somebody either that or take pictures of some jigs and pop it up. One of these days, I'll get all this stuff figured out. Today, I just needed to tie these jigs. I got uh, to refill my boxes back up. We went and caught some crappie. Um, oh, was it been my last? Oh, it was my last live stream when I was on the hunt for that 15-inch crappie. We went a couple times after that before I broke my glasses, and we didn't really do any good. Damn River boys, how you doing? Appreciate y'all stopping in. I'm grateful to each and every one of you. I like I said, I've been gone for a minute, and I just need to get back into the swing of things. You know, you lose your funk, and when you kind of lose your vibe or your funk or your drive or whatever, it just you got to get back in it. And with not having any glasses and not being able to see nothing to read or to tie fishing line or jigs or flies or anything like that, I just got kind of down and frustrated, and you know how it goes. It doesn't help that the whole wheelchair situation doesn't make me feel any better sometimes. I get frustrated. The other day, I fell out of my wheelchair again, and I got mad and pushed the dang thing. And then that was a mistake because then I had to crawl the 20 feet over to get it, and that just made me madder. So those kind of if that ever happens on a live, I'll probably just turn the camera off because I'll have to scream and yell for a minute just to get over it. Oh, something. Get out of there. Something covered up my chat. Stupid stuff. Damn River Boy says he's sitting there tying up some jigs also. Well, It's kind of what I'm going to probably do most of the day. My wife just got up, Naomi just got up, so she's come over and sat in her chair beside me. And here after a little bit, the boys will be home from their thrift store run. And I just wanted to, like I said, pop in, tell you guys what was going on with me while I was gone. Some of y'all had hit me up on Facebook and Instagram and stuff and wondering if I disappeared off the face of the map. Yak Shore, how you doing? And just throwing jigs on my lap. That's what I'm doing. Just tying up some jigs, trying to get some stuff filled back up. Between that and chatting and saying hi to all y'all. I miss somebody here. Somebody just said, it's been raining for 3 days. Yeah, I wish we had rain for 3 days. We're so dry. We've had a little bit of rain a week and a half ago. That helped, but we ain't had nothing really since. Some foggy, misty stuff going, you know. Hey, KY Redneck, how you doing? So I swear I missed somebody here. If I missed y'all, I apologize. You're trying to do some tying and saying hi to everybody. Okay. Well, I think I'm back where I need to be now. But yeah, I don't know. Trying to keep up with life these days been kind of fun. Keeps you on your toes, keeps things interesting. Then when you have such a nice day like we did yesterday, it just makes it all worth it. My son and his new bride came up from Oklahoma because he lives in Oklahoma now, even though he still works here in Kingman. He drives 92 miles or something one way just to go to work. But he's an EMT here in town, and he works that 24 hours on and 48 off thing. So he's only got to drive, he's still probably putting 500-600 miles a week on a car, but he's using Naomi's car mostly because his truck would just kill him in gas. He's got a 02 Toyota with big tires on it and they're jacked up and everything. So he gets like 16 miles a gallon. And Naomi drives a little Chevy Cruze, the little 1.4 turbo. She gets like 40 miles of the gallon in that thing. Of course, with Timmy driving it, he only gets like 35. But he spools that turbo up. I told him, I said, don't take that car over 3,000 RPM. And then, of course, what does he do when he leaves? Makes that thing whine all the way up to 7. But I was just looking at chat again, guys. We're going to make a little video, just a precursor. I am going to make a little video. I'm out at my, what I was trying to say earlier is, out at my family farm pond, I made a dock. And yes, it was me and Mikey and Gregory that made this dock. So it was a little difficult. We did it without getting into the water. So what we did was we pounded 2 posts out into the ground. We pounded them down like 2 feet deep. And when we got them beat down into the water, then we put 2 16-foot boards sticking out, and we had them anchored to the back to the back. And when we got them anchored and then screwed to the post, they just stuck out over the water. So then we built the deck out to those posts. And then we reached out as far as we could again and pounded in more posts. And then we built out to that and then did it again. Now we're 16 feet out into the water, and I can wheel out, and I'm in at the end of the docks in 4 foot of water. And I built a little bench right beside me so I can set all my tackle and cut up some bait and do that kind of thing. And when I caught all them bluegill the other day, it was just jigging right off the end of the dock, like 3 foot from the dock, 2 foot from the dock. And I'd let the wind just push it back into the dock, and the bluegill were already piled up underneath that thing and using it for cover. So now I can't wait until spring, because in spring there's not going to be bluegill underneath that thing. There's going to be crappie underneath that thing, because I'm still going to take it out. Now that it's 16 feet out, I've decided I'm going to go another 4 foot out, but this time I'm going to build it, like the two goes like this. And then the next time I'm going to build it out like this. So there's it'll be about 5 foot by 8 foot platform out there, because at the end of my 16 foot run now, I got a few extra boards that stick out 8 foot to the side over open water. So I'll have a nice landing. And then what I'm going to do for its post, though, is I'm going to go cut some hedge trees, or down in the like Florida and Georgia area. I think they call them Osage oranges, but they're a hard tree. They last in the ground as a fence post for 50 years, just being a natural tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me a couple of them that have a bunch of branches coming off. Some of them have been top cut, so they re-sprouted from the side. And I'm going to have those branches stick off, 18 inches, 2 foot off that trunk. But I'm going to use that trunk as my 2 center posts for this dock. That way, underneath the dock, there's 2 trees with all the limbs sticking off. That will attract some crappie. So that's my plan for my dock. So I hope I explained that well enough. If not, like I said, there'll be a video coming out on that. I'm going to do that here before too long. And it may be like unfinished dock, but at least I'll be there and I can explain and show you guys what I got going on. So, but yeah, it's, and then of course I've got, my other projects. So I've been working on my log splitter. I bought this log splitter from my buddy, and his grandfather built it way back in the day, and it's built out of a big old I-beam. If you've seen my Happy Thanksgiving video yesterday, it was that big yellow piece of junk right there off to my side. And I used an old air pressure bubble to, that you fill up and take in remotely and go air up your tires or whatever with it. I used that for a hydraulic reservoir tank. And I'm going to weld the bung holes in it for the hoses later today, and get the hydraulic system set up. But so now I got a 5-gallon air bubble that's going to be my wet hydraulic tank, and that will let the fluid go down into the hydraulic pump and stuff and do its thing. And then I'll get my log splitter fixed, and I won't have to cut little limbs, and we can go cut big stuff and then just run the log splitter to split it. But this log splitter, I will have about $250 totally invested in it when I'm done. And that's even buying the new, I went to Harbor Freight and bought a Predator engine and put that on there. And so now it's got a new engine. I'm just going to use the old hydraulic pump, which is just an old hydraulic setup or hydraulic controller. And the pump is, or I should say that I got lost. The hydraulic controller with the arm is off of an old tractor. The ram is off of an old tractor, but the hydraulic pump is just some aftermarket hydraulic pump that is like, the company's been out of business for like 50 years, but it's still, when you turn it, it still spins fluid. So it works just fine. We just got a supplement. I mean, gas prices this high. We were just informed by our gas company that they're going up 40%. So that's scary. So guess who's going to start burning a lot of wood again? This guy. We have a big wood stove out in the shop, and we can get it warm enough out there that the heat transfers in through the house, so it does help, especially when the wind's out of the north or the west, which here in Kansas, it's almost always out of the north or west during the winter. So, but I thank each and every one of you for stopping in. I'm sorry I didn't put out no advance notice. I just popped up. I appreciate everybody that subscribed to me and everybody that watches me. And if you didn't subscribe to me, that's okay. Check out my stuff. If you don't like my content, that's all right. There's plenty of people out there. Um, Somebody the other day said that, I don't even remember who said it, but somebody the other day said that there was millions and millions and millions of searches a day for fishing. So if you can't get out there and get some views and just do it. Get out there and try. I mean, I haven't been trying lately, and I apologize for that. But you know, kind of. I mean, I don't say I had legitimate reasons, but when you can't see to read or to get online or to figure out what your computer's trying to do to you, and or you can't tie because you can't see. I had to tie a couple jigs while my glasses were busted, and I was tying them way back here like this, and then I go up and then I come back and it was just tying 3 jigs is all I had to do, and it took me a long time to tie 3 jigs. It's not like sitting here taking me a long time now, but that's because we're having a conversation. When I know it's kind of one-sided, but y'all are in chat, and like I said, I greatly appreciate y'all being here. This is all about, we got to support each other. We got to say, check each other out, share each other out. I haven't been doing much of that neither, but like I said, it's kind of hard when you can't see. And of course, we've had some people, really send out some nice comments to me, wishing me well. And Fishing Frustrations, how you doing? But yeah, it just been a month. It'll get over. It'll get better. Always does. If you ever have those days or those weeks or those months, man, that feather is just trash. Then just hold on the best you can. It'll get better. Usually does. And if it doesn't, you need to do something to change it, make it get better, I guess. Grandpa used to always say there's only one person in life that you can ever complain to. And he'd tell you if you need to talk to him, go look in the mirror because he'll be right there. I don't know if that's good advice or just trying to get me to man up when I was a youngin'. But if you're having a hard time, just do the best you can to hold on. I mean, it'll get better. Do what most people, they handle life just fine. Some people just have trouble. And I don't mean to make this all mushy and personal, but that's kind of my 2 cents. You got to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. Don't keep that stuff bottled up. Even if it's your wife, your best friend, the fence post down the street. So, but it sounds like the boys are back from the thrift store, guys. So I kind of wrapped that one a little bit too much. It just looked ugly. They were having a Black Friday sale down at the thrift store. So Matt and Greg, they always go to the thrift store every Friday and check things out and get the good deals. Usually come back with a lot of Legos or Hot Wheels, things like that. Gregory is like 26, but he's still got that young at heart.
He's 25.
Or he's 25. I guess he's 25. Matthew's 26. You know, when you get all of this, it gets hard to remember ages. Yeah, that'd be cool. Boardwalk like thing. And that's pretty much what mine is it's a 16-foot long, 4.5, 5 foot wide. It was just all the scraps we had left over from when we replaced a fence out at the farm. We replaced a 6 foot fence, and we bought a bunch of extra posts and stuff. Well, those extra posts set outside, and they're the new treated lumber, so they're treated with aluminum, not like the old days where it was, what is it, arsenic or strychnine or whatever it was. So this stuff I looked it up. It's okay to the fish and game offices and stuff. They use it in the water to build their docks. So that's kind of what I did. Yeah, PA is a long ways, anything. we have some we have some good stock ponds around here. Like I drive over to Pratt, and over at Pratt they got this little 3 acre pond. It's like 5 foot deep, and that's what we do is we fish there. I got one more jig, might as well tie it. We fish over there, and Gregory, he just likes spinners, and I mean with the spinners you almost always catch them in the mouth, and we're catch and release. I don't Around here when you eat the trout, since they are farm fed and they're raised on that farm food. I don't care what everybody says. I mean, I do care, but not really. To me, trout tastes like cat food, so I don't like it. And I've had it fried, I've had it baked, I've had it. The only way I do like it is smoked. I mean, it's good smoked. But to me, it's like tuna. I don't like tuna neither. The tuna out of a can, if I get tuna out of a can, it has to be albacore. I'm picky. I guess I'm kind of finicky. But yeah, I don't like to eat trout, but I love to catch trout. So, and when we go over there fishing, they are farmies, but we take care. I try not to keep them out of the water very long. You know, I, I was it you that I would? Yeah, maybe it was any fin as possible. It was you that said you got like a 10-second rule, I think, or something. Um, but I don't have a whole 10-second rule. I just get it back as quick as you can. Of course, me being in the wheelchair, I'm not going to reach down there and get my hand wet every time. So, it is what it is. I figured I have to pay for a trout stamp that's $14 if I feed one to a turtle by throwing it back and it dies. Well, then that's kind of the cycle of life, I suppose. It's better than what some of these guys, they'll drag the things up on the grass and leave them lay, things like that, and then they don't even take them; they just walk off. And that stuff, that's just wrong. You don't do that. Hey Stan, how you doing, bud? Good to see you all in here. We got 13 lovely people watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are awesome. And I know I'm probably boring. Me and my stories. But yeah, I just love to trout fish. I'm a strictly, when I go trout fishing, I don't use no power bait. I don't use anything like that. I will sit there all day long and fly rod. And but when I'm fly fishing, I'm not whipping the thing the whole time, and I'm not bringing it in the whole time. When I use those little midges and chironomids and all that kind of stuff, I'll put about 3 foot a line. And but what I always do is I'll put a float indicator, and my eyes are bad enough that I can't see my tip of my. I have an indicator fly line, so the first 5 feet is orange, and I still have trouble seeing it when I cast full out. So I just use a little indicator, and instead of going to buy the trout indicators and all that fancy stuff and spending a fortune, I go buy walleye inline floats you know, that you put on your walleye rigs with the little spinners and all that. You just get those little pill floats. And that's what I shove that up on there, and I stick a little toothpick in it and put on, you know, about this far. I tie my first fly, and then, you know, 3 foot back, I'll tie the little chironomid or whatever. And the first fly is usually a wet fly, because the wet flies are usually higher up in the water column, in my opinion, you know, that first foot. That's when the bug is actually coming up, getting its wings and wanting to, you know, take flight as it gets on top of the water. And then the little midges and chironomids that are wire wrapped or just thread wrapped with a bead and maybe a little collar or whatever, those are usually down in the weeds or like laying on the weed and what have you. So when I use my fly rod and I cast out, instead of stripping it back, I just kind of wiggle my rod, and the wiggling the rod, if the water is glassy, it'll make that float just do that, which that fly down there is just going like this. And that's what they do. They don't move very much. They move like this. Some guys, they'll strip that thing. And if it's a bigger swimmer fly, you know, in my opinion, that will be, you know, that's good to do that. But them little bitty things, they just need, and when you got ripples on the water, little waves, just nice little breeze going, it makes that indicator go like that. It makes that fly sit down there and do that. And that's what you want for the trout. At least, you know, that's kind of what I do. And I've had days where we've gone to over to Pratt to the stock pond over there. I call it a stock pond. It's just public water. It's like I said, it's 3 acres. They've got bass and everything, you know, crappie and bluegill and stuff in there, and you can fish it during the year. But when it comes to trout time, you know, between that November 1st and April 15th, you have to have a trout stamp in order to fish that water. You can't, even if you're just going in there to fish for bass, you still have to have the trout stamp. So that's kind of their rules here. And when we go over there, I have gone, like I said, I've gone over there where I've sat in the corner where the wind's just blowing in the corner. And so it's blowing all those bugs over into the corner. And I've sat in that corner, and the most I've caught in one day is 138 trout. Now, granted, it was a 6.5 hour day, but 138 of them little suckers. And it was like literally throw it over, it would land. And as soon as that fly would come down, you know, when they get stretched and you'd see that indicator start to move, then you'd see that pop. Well, with trout, when you see that pop, you just might as well lift. Don't wait for them to take it, and don't wait for that second, because what they're doing is they're sucking it in, tasting it. Oh, that don't taste like nothing. Spit it right back out. So when you see that little twitch, you pull that line and get that fly hooked up, and usually you get a trout. I had a buddy that I took him fly fishing once, and he learning how, and he kept waiting for him to take it down. I was like, no, when you see that twitch, just lift. I was like, if they're there, they're there. If they're not, then just stop and let it resettle. You've only moved it 2 or 3 feet, you know. And once he started doing that, he had a 10 trout, you know, afternoon. So he had never had more fun in his life. Of course, he ain't been back since, but you know, it was a blast. So kind of what we've been doing lately: fly fishing and catfishing and crappie fishing. And then, you know, last few weeks, nothing until, you know, a week ago. Was it I got my glasses Friday, started watching people on Saturday, saying hi, getting back in the groove. Then after all this, it just I got some plans I got to get going, and I do still have to make some of my edited videos for y'all to see these flies close up. And I have been lacking behind, but like I said, I've had a lot of things going on, and I can't edit when I can't see. So hopefully y'all stick with me. Yeah, everybody that's going fishing today, I hope y'all catch a big one. I hope y'all do real well. We've been wanting to, like I said, get out there. The other day it was so cold and wet I didn't want to go, and I forced myself to go. And then guess what? It got warmer. I actually took my hoodie off, and it ended up being a nice day. And then I caught, you know, like I said, I caught 35 bluegill, so it was fun. You know, I had a blast. I was cheating when I was catching them bluegill off the dock too. I had my fly on. What I'd like to do is I'll take a when I'm jigging for bluegill. This is kind of a big jig, but take your jig, then come up about yay far, tie a little loop knot so you can have that little tag come wrong way, come back, and then you tie a fly here. So as you're jigging your jig can sit there and do this, but the fly, since it's on that line, it don't move very much. And sometimes you'll get them on the jig, and sometimes you'll get them on the fly. So that's kind of what I like to do. Yeah. Um, any fin is possible. You kind of give me an idea what you want, and yeah, hit me up on double hook angling at Gmail. Anybody that wants jigs or flies, hit me up right now. I'm don't have anybody wanting anything, so I'm wide open. I need something to do. Plus, I got a $708 glasses on my face. Imagine that. You know what that eye doctor lady said? She's like, the reason why I was like, why are they so high? There's only like 350 last time. She's like, the reason why they're so high is Medicare and Medicaid started paying for glasses. So we had to double our prices in order to get reimbursed for and I was like, don't you have like a cash stat? And she's like, nope. I was like, oh. I suppose I could have went somewhere else, but it probably would have took 6 weeks to get glasses then. And she also, usually it takes a week to get your glasses, and now it's like 2 or 3 because she said there's so many people ordering glasses and stuff. So, but yeah, money's just money. You either got it in this hand or it goes out of this hand. And I don't ever seem to have any. I got, I got, oh, I got a friend on here. I'm not going to say his name right now because I don't know if I can or not. But a friend that has helped me on YouTube is making me a fly rod. I mean a spinning rod. So I said fly rod because we was talking about fly rod. Sorry guys, but he's making me a spinning rod, and it's a lightweight rod. So and I got to pay for that, and I'm going to get a hold of him in the next day or two. So we'll get me a new spinning crappie rod. I use Daiwas mostly, the Procon, or however you say that silly name. They're like $70-$80 rods. I use those. I love those. They have the perfect action. They're nice, and they got a little fast. Middle to back, but the tip has got a little bit soft action to it. But it's still a fast rod, and I really enjoy those rods. But if somebody's going to make me something custom that is better, I'd rather support them. It's just like my two favorite catfish rods right now are my Uncle Lou's, and the the whole orange theme is kind of what we've gone with. And I did that. I did the orange thing before I knew I was going to get the Uncle Lou rods, or even knew about Uncle Lou rods, to tell you the truth. This orange has been in the works since spring, and it's because I do a lot of kayak fishing and I want to be seen. I'm seeing too many horror stories and heard too many horror stories about everybody getting ran over. So at least maybe this will help. So, and yes, I do carry a life jacket with me most of the time. It's behind me, but when I'm on my little pond, I don't, and I probably should. And I've been chewed out a few times for that, and so now I want to get one of those, those little bitty, pull the cord or get wet and poof things, just to make everybody feel better about me being safe, I guess. I'm not worried about it. If I fall in the water, I float. The only bad thing would be if I fell face first, I'd probably drown. But I go swimming in the swimming pool out at the farm, and I'll float. I'll lay on my back and float all day. That's what happens when you're fluffy. And since I'm in the wheelchair, I don't have no muscles in my legs, so I'll float really well. Yeah, Well, and now that my wife has been off of work for over a year now because of her rollover, and she's not going back anytime soon, it's just been a struggle. So anything, just kind words is all I ask for. I don't want anything. I just, pray for us. Things will get better. Always do. We are blessed. We have a roof over our house, or roof on our house. We have food in our stomachs. We have good friends. It just happens to be most of them are you guys. I I got like four friends here. I got two really close ones. I'm a guy that, if you foul me over once, it's acceptable, but you do it twice, I just get rid of you. I just don't ever talk to you again. I just don't make an effort. If you're going to lie, steal, or cheat from me, you're not worth my time. You're not worth my effort, So, but with that being said, I hope you all had a blessed day yesterday. I hope you all have a blessed week. Yeah, any fan. Yeah. Yeah. When I was watching you last night, your was it your older boy was popping in and out, and he looks like he could float pretty well, just like me. Us big guys got to stick together. By the way, tell him, and the other little one hi. Any Finn, we'll. I think what we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna shut this down. I'm gonna go spend a little time with my wife and stuff. I'm going to be back every Friday, guys, 8:05 to 9, 9:15, 9:30, whatever long we run these. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I I'm flabbergasted. Anybody wants to hear my stories, but we this week we're not going to do any giveaways, by the way. But that's just because I'm getting back into this. I had so much trouble with StreamYard this morning, I just didn't. But next week, for all you jig tires, next week, you can tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell the ones you don't like. This is going to be my giveaway next week. This is a production mold. It's the Pro 101 132nd round head jig mold. It is number 1249, and that is from Do It. So this is a $50 plus value, guys. These things aren't cheap. So if y'all want to try to win this, show up next Friday. I will be giving this away next Friday. I got to get on with somebody to help them show me how to do the split screen and the spinny wheel giveaway. Avid said that he would help me, so I'm going to get with Avid and try to see if we can work something out. I greatly appreciate anybody that helps. You guys, sometimes you guys go out of the way to help me, and I don't understand why, except for you guys are very nice and kind people, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So, production mold, which means there's 6 of the same size in here. You can do 6 at a time. And this will be my giveaway next week, but we will also probably give away a shirt or stickers, something. So, hey guys, like I said, love each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed day. I'm going to get out of here and go spend some time with the family. Now that we've got the big family stuff over with yesterday, I'm going to spend time with Naomi, and we're going to sit here and BS about all the good times we had this week. So, love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be blessed. Go tie something.
Maybe they'll get Rosie.